Today's episode is a part of our Halloween kind of like creep up kind of scenario where we're kind of going from lesser Halloween movies. Like we started off with which is still up behind Aid is the last movie we did.
Oh my gosh.
I
How
totally
out of
forgot to
season.
change.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
And it's
Spirit
called
Halloween.
spookier, spookiest, and the spookifier.
Obviously, it's campy, so it's definitely not taking
Well,
anything
when did this
serious.
movie come out, Lance? Enlighten us a little bit.
Oh
Let me
well,
guess, 97.
91 actually.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. I was a baby.
It came out in 91. Also directed by John R. Cherry the Third. uh, and then I guess he just recently died. Actually, was it May 8th on 2022? I guess he was 73. He pretty much was the director for basically every Ernest movie. Like if there was an Ernest movie, this man was the one that actually like put it out and did all the stuff. So obviously he was a big champion of Ernest Pro Oral, or aka Jim Varan, I guess it is, or Vallely. No, not
Varney.
Vallely. Varney. Is it Varney?
Varney.
Yeah, Varney.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you handwrite
which
your notes?
I did
I
not.
told him
technically,
to put them in bullet points and enlarge them.
No,
So
it's
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of his
yeah.
not do
handwriting is why
that.
he can't say Varney.
Varney.
Because
Yeah,
he probably wrote
no.
it all messed
No,
up.
because he like he's squinting right now. I know you wear
Oh
the
my gosh.
hat, so I
Oh,
can't see
here
you
we
squinting, but I
go.
know you're squinting.
Anyways,
Mhm.
but this movie actually did really well at the box office. I mean, it made like 14.1 million. So comparatively, to show you that like at the time, this is probably maybe the pinnacle of Ernest like being out there and where his movies are doing good. And I think a lot of his movies ended up going right to VHS. So it wasn't
Yeah.
like they were like in theaters. I mean, like this is talking about VHS money, where he's made that kind of money off that. So which is a difference from a lot of different movies. I mean, in horror in general, like a lot of movies that we love are straight to VHS, like or DVD. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of cool to see something like that, even though it's campy and whatnot. And you'll always see there's somebody who loves horror movie that we all love, who love this movie, like
Oh, yeah.
legitimately, because it's great. The costumes are really great. And by the way, just so everybody knows, some of the troll heads were actually either modeled or actually used from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Three of the ones that are on there. Actually, I sent a picture so you could see it. But somebody actually looked and saw the different faces that they had, and actually used that as a pinpoint on which one was which out of the clowns. But if you watch the YouTube, you'll be able to see that. We'll probably put it up. Mikey's really good at doing all the things.
Oh, thank you.
Um, yes,
I,
yeah.
I never saw
Honestly,
any of these though, so I wouldn't even know.
that's so
Not
funny.
once. My
I
mom
wonder
thought they were
if it is
stupid.
a.
I thought they were stupid. I don't know. I never watched
I was gonna say, I
it.
wonder if it is like a boy thing. Because everyone I know who likes it is a boy.
As a
a
And
guy,
whenever
boy.
you
yeah,
came
Yeah.
with your
Yeah.
negativity, I was like, oh, maybe you
Dan's
should.
like quoting the whole fucking movie as I'm watching it. And I'm like,
that's great.
who are you? And then on top of everything, I'm watching it and he's like, oh, I'm like, I've never seen this movie. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. Although I did love the doggy.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Rimshot or whatever his name was.
Rimshot,
Yeah, but
which is
Rimshot is
hilarious if you think about
so
that.
totally inappropriate. Like, what the fuck?
Such a great name.
What the fuck?
But also in this movie, actually, we have Eartha Kitt, which was Catwoman in the '60s Batman series, which
And
was
she was
one of
also
the.
Isma.
And she is.
Hmm.
He's one from
I love her.
Emperor's Got a New Groove, which is great.
Empress New Groove, yeah.
Yeah. So
Love her.
like, she was awesome. I loved her. Actually, honestly, if you think about it, that might have been her precursor to how she was gonna be for that character in Emperor's New Groove, because it felt like it was a live action version of that sometimes in the movie. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Eartha
But,
Kitt was a huge draw for this movie, though. I mean,
oh
she was
yeah,
super popular
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
she still looks exactly the same as she was old then. So God knows, like, she's still with us.
yeah. I mean,
So,
91 from 60. I mean, how old was she
so
when?
that was over 30 years ago, this freaking movie.
In general, like I thought the costumes, and I don't know what you guys all thought, but the costumes and that stuff, like if you wanted like goo and snot and like really good prosthetically looking stuff on a character, I honestly, you'd be like enjoyably happy if you actually had this in any horror movie. Like honestly, I mean, what did you guys think about the makeup and the costume and just for the trolls in general?
I mean, I loved it. It's all practical. I even like the stupid special effects with the little ghosts that are.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I think it's great. I think because I was wondering, I was like, is this scarier than Spirit, or would Spirit be scarier? But the only reason, what I think makes this one stand out is this movie actually uses childhood fears against the viewers, like the little girl when something's under her bed, and that part was creepy. Like when she looks under her bed and she doesn't see anything, and she lays down, and the troll isn't. It's small for an adult, but it actually isn't very small for a child, which also is kind of creepy if you're a child.
yeah.
um, but I like the effects and you know, it was taken seriously, and this is something that I heard recently on Red Letter Media that makes sense, is that even these straight to DVD or VHS movies, the quality was better back then because what we would now consider straight to streaming, they were just better movies because they were all shot on film, and when you shoot on film, everything you shoot costs money. Whereas
Yeah.
now when you're shooting on digital, you're like, oh, we'll just delete that later.
I mean, if you think about it, actually, weirdly enough, this was distributed by Touchstone, Walt Disney Pictures, and stuff like that. So, like, I mean, it had backing. I mean, like it. You know, what I mean, like again, Ernest was a cash cow in this time frame. So, I mean,
And they used to play it on Disney Channel. I don't know if you guys remember, but
yeah,
they used to play it at night Disney, but again, never watched it. Never, never once had the desire. There's something about him that is just so odd. And I get it, like he's slapstick, and I think that that's the appeal for a lot of men. I mean, and of course, like I see why this is something that's very near and dear to Doug's heart, right? Because it's silly, it's practical. I probably the best thing that he did in the whole movie, in my opinion, because he was annoying. But the best thing that he did was when he was like his little separate personalities and he was in drag. Those
Oh
were
yeah.
hilarious. When it was the
yeah.
two old ladies, those were funny. I'm like, this is funny, but like everything like that's what he should have been doing.
I honestly think Ernest Scared Stupid is probably an another amazing gateway for kids to get into horror type stuff. Yes, it is campy, but at the same time, we are talking about kids trying to slowly get into it. I think this is definitely more of a like because how we started off with Spirit Halloween movie. That's kind of a younger group, but maybe a little bit in the same bracket, but maybe a little bit older for this one. I think the scares are a little bit different. I think honestly, if you watch this with some popcorn, I mean, Mikey, would you watch this with the girls, or did you watch this with the girls, or
I didn't watch it with them, but I would.
yeah,
But they're girls. I don't know if they'll like it.
yeah, according to age, it's too stupid. But hey, it's later in the years, and girls are able to be a little bit less, serious about things, I guess, so they can be
Hmm.
just as stupid as everybody else, and it's
Hmm.
kind of fun. And and I thought the trolls were really cool. To kind of end the factor of this, I mean, what did you guys think? I mean, in that run.
I really liked it. I saw it when I was a kid and it scared me. And I don't know what would have made me watch this as a kid. Maybe my dad rented it for me or something. Because on the surface level, this wouldn't be something that I would usually pick out for myself. But, I remember the trolls being scary. I remember the little wooden dolls and stuff. And I remember wondering if the kids were going to make it out. Because I felt like, I don't know if it's because I was a kid or because of the movie had did a decent job doing it, but I felt like the kids were actually in danger. Whereas, like in Spirit, I was like, they're fine. Even when that little bitch got possessed, I was like, she's fine. Um, but yeah, I liked it. I think it's fun. I think it can be cringe, but it's made for kids. And if and what I was trying to say earlier that I forgot to say was they tried to do similar type of comedy. I don't know if you ever saw that Nickelodeon character Fred where like
Oh
John Cena
yeah.
was his dad, and I thought he was
Mm,
the stupidest. But I was like, oh, that's probably how my parents felt about Ernest.
maybe, yeah. No, I remember Fred. God, that was a lot
Yeah.
to get into.
Mhm.
Whatever happened to that guy?
He came out as gay, and I was like, duh. But anyways, go ahead.
Hey, how'd you think?
Well, I mean, obviously, I was trying to find positives. There are positives to it. The dog is super cute. Like I loved watching little Rimshot or Rim Job or whatever the fuck his name was.
Wow.
And like he was super cute and he was just trotting along and they just always had him with him. I'm like, this is adorable because I love just seeing a little doggy. And of course,
Yeah.
you put the doggy in danger and now I'm upset. So now I'm
Hmm.
invested, right?
He was
Now
emotional.
yeah, it was very emotional. Like that was very traumatizing for me. And I'm glad I didn't watch it as a kid because it probably would have upset me even more. But I think that again, the positives with it is all practical effects. The troll is disgusting. It really
Yes.
is. When everything comes out at the end, it is creepy. It's scary. But it's very, and I know that because it's a kids movie, we need that dichotomy of watching Ernest act like a fool with these horrific creatures so that we can get away with showing this to kids, right? Because
Yeah.
essentially these are the same masks of killer clowns, and you can definitely tell after you said that. Like I didn't even need to look. Like I was
Yeah.
looking at the ones that came out, and I was able to tell, oh, that was that, and that was that. And I think that's great. I think that's an awesome way to repurpose something like this. And I also think that the story was good. Eartha Kitt was great. Obviously, like she deserves accolades even for even being in this movie. Um, but would I watch again? Probably not. Would I show it to my kids if I had them? I don't have them, thank God. But if I did, if I had to sit and watch it with them, no. I think for me, if you want to introduce your kids to horror, this is a great gateway horror. But if you have to watch it too, I think it would suck ass. Like the whole thing with the milk, like come on, come on. And
Oh,
then
come
like
on.
the Miak,
Hmm.
like what, why? Like I know that this is kids movie, but I just need us to treat the kids a little bit more intelligent, which is why I feel like it does cater to boys
You know what's funny about that
in
is
that
actually,
sense.
I think. Oops, sorry
Oh
guys.
my
Sir,
God.
Supposed to be on
sir.
vibrate.
It wasn't
Supposed
because
to
I heard
and
your phone this
being
whole time.
Yeah,
are two
but
different things.
I think actually Ernest did a milk a thing. Like he thinks like like back in the day, like in the 80s and like early 90s, there's a lot of
Milk
like
mustache.
I think there was a lot of commercial scenarios to where like like, oh yeah, we're for milk or we're for this or he's for that or like, so I think that probably was a little bit more to that. Now here's my question to kind of end the conversation of this movie, is do you think like a kid starter movie like this compared to a kid starter movie like uh Spirit Halloween movie, what would you say the difference is outside of CGI, which is basically kind of where most of that was, with not most of it but a good portion of it from the other movie compared to this movie? Like what would you say to that? I mean, what if you had to pick between the two, which one would you have done for your kids if you had them, or you have and you would have maybe?
Hard to say because when we watched this as a kid, it's because we didn't have any other thing to watch. But like, I
Facts.
think if you show kids the commercials, they're gonna want to watch Spirit Halloween only because it's more colorful. The kids are more how they are these days with their stupid phones and all this stuff. And but what Spirit lacks is just actually. I mean, we talked about the animatronics, some of them being creepy, but there's no situations that are truly creepy for the kids. Like in Ernest, there's times where the kids are by themselves and they're being stalked and terrorized, and that, even though on the surface looks can look silly to an adult because it's a little stupid troll, but as a kid and you're like, oh, that's scary. Like the little girl, she basically almost gets like abducted while laying in bed by herself, and the troll's under her bed, and it's like those things are scary, but like kids are way too into the flashy whatever. Because the thing is, I've already shown my kids Spirit Halloween. I haven't shown them Ernest, which kind of answers your question.
True, true.
I'm the
Hey.
problem.
Yeah, right. In this situation.
It's you, I know. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would if I had to watch it with them. I guess like if I'm thinking of my nephews right now, like if I think of the boys and I was supposed to watch them, like yeah, they probably would enjoy Ernest because it's more slapstick. It's more silly.
Yeah.
If I had to show
More
them
boy
Spirit,
adjacent.
But you know what? But there's other films I think that are better and more effective, or even like showing them Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps episodes, in my opinion, that would be more gateway for me and
Really?
more
It's
enjoyable
better
for
than
me to
this.
watch. Better than this? Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I really I don't like I said, I'm not watching this movie again. This is it. This is a done deal.
I think we poured some shots, did we not? To
Oh
say
yeah.
go fuck
Oh,
yourself.
we did. I know. It's been sitting here.
To say go fuck yourself, Milton. I think that's a great way to cheers to that idea. And regardless of it ruining Spooky Empire this weekend and trying to ruin Mikey coming to visit us, we're still gonna fucking do some stuff. We're gonna still
Yes.
film some like cool stuff. So we'll have some stuff for the Patreons. We'll have stuff for all you guys out there, all our favorite goons.
OnlyFans.
What?
Ooh.
OnlyFans. I guess I'm taking pictures of some sweet
No,
pictures for
you'll
Mikey.
be front and center.
Front and center. Okay. Well, until that moment, cheers. Love you guys. Boom.
Salud.
Salud.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, we should have done that earlier. That Jim Beam peach. It's not as tasty warm as
That's
it
the
should have
Mikey
been
peach.
cold.
Oh.
Peach.
Oh God. Anyway. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. All right, guys, here it goes. If you're watching YouTube, you'll just see me bending down, reading this.
Bending down.
If you want to catch our video cast, which consents, right? Yeah, no, consents. Condenses our review, and you can see our lovely faces. Check us out at youtube.com/slashers podcast. We also have bi-weekly videos, reviews of all things horror, nerd, at the comic shop. Well, hopefully soon. Me and Mikey are slacking.
We're on break. The season's on.
Yeah. Season. You know what? We're getting ready for season 2. That's what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. That works.
A YouTube exclusive. Subscribe, please. Check us out. We even have Joe from Everything Nerding.
Much ado about nerding.
Much to do about nerding.
You know, and
Sorry,
he
guys.
listens. You can.
Yeah.
Joe,
Well,
we're
you can
so
cut
sorry.
it out. You can cut it out. Yeah.
I could
I'm
cut
not
it out.
cutting
You're
it
right.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're
Yeah.
not cutting it
Mikey
out.
won't.
Make
Joe
it look
needs to
good.
know the truth. Joe needs to know the truth.
Yeah, because Joe defends your ass every time.
Aw.
Every
Joe-
time I'm always coming to
Joe,
your rescue, and you can't
I-
even remember the name of this podcast.
I love you. I at least listen and I do all
It's
the
a
things. so-
Shakespeare name, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
And she's like, who's she? Anyways, keep
Dresses, beautiful dresses. I'll take one from Mikey.
Oh my God.
I can't even remember the dresses.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh my God. Okay. Take another sip and continue.
Yeah. Anyways, Patreon. If you'd like to access to monthly exclusive Patreon reviews and some sweet perks, find us at patreon.com/slasherspod. Yeah, we're trying to get better and give you more on that. So please, if you
Ooh.
want. Oh,
That reminds me, all of our Patreon members, you guys are going to get something very sweet for me in the mail. And since
Aw.
I'm going to be stuck inside with a hurricane, I can actually do it this week. Yay.
oh, nice. Hell yeah. Again, we try to do a lot of stuff for you guys. If you know any other people who would be interested in these kind of things, get on our Patreon. It starts off as $1, goes up from there. The more you give, the better it is. The less it is, we'll still try to give you the best because that's how we are and we love you guys. And we really want to make sure that you guys are happy and we do our best. And, don't forget, we all have normal jobs. So the more you have that, the better it can be for us to help you guys out with more cool content. And we really want to do more of that. So we do have a lot of plans and hopefully we'll just do it ourselves money wise. But if you help out, it's even better. Redbubble, which is one way you can actually help us out in other ways. If you are the kind who likes to wear your support, you can find our Redbubble shop at slashers.redbubble.com where you get those dental dams. Mikey knows. What? Hey, I'm just saying.
Those
You can
fun
also
little
catch-
trampolines, tongue trampolines.
Tongue trampolines. Instagram. If you like the following, if you like us and you want to follow us, feel free to do so on Instagram at SlashersPod. or Mutants Goon from Beyond. Yeah, check out more from slashers. We do try to get on Mutants Goon more times than not, but
Mutant goons. The
yeah,
mutant
Mutant
goons
Goons. I said
from
Mutant
beyond.
Goons. Oh
No,
my
you
gosh.
didn't.
Use Mutant Goons from
You
Beyond.
said
We said
Oh,
mutants
I like that.
goon.
Do that again.
Mutant Goons from Beyond.
Ooh.
Watch out, Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Mike
I
is happening right here.
Definitely hit us up on one of those things. We try to make sure we get to all of them, but sometimes we do falter, and it's hard to make sure we're up to date on both of those sites. But we usually are on Slashers Podcast. So on Instagram wise, if you want to follow us, please do that one first. Secondary, do the Mutants Goons from Beyond. We do love you guys regardless on each one, so we try our best. If you want to complain directly and tell one of us how wrong we are, you can find us individually at Aid at Pathologically Aid, Mikey at Horror and a Half Show. You can find me at Zombie versus Hate, Doug at Doug Bizarro, and I always flick this
Yahira.
Yahira Yahi45. They both are doing really cool shit. If you want to check out their stuff, please support B Movie TV as well, and catch Doug on Friday Night Action and Yahira on Saturday Night Terra or Taras. I don't know. I have a problem saying R's, obviously.
That's not
Only
the
on
part that's messed up.
Aruku, Aruka, Aruku.